Okay, so we're going to be listing my favourite Pokemon. It's going to be awesome. Normal type. I think my favourite normal type is either Eevee or Kangaskhan. I think I'm going to pick Eevee. The thing with Kangaskhan is I think it's cool, but it also makes absolutely no sense to me. Because, like, it's born with a baby in its pouch. So then, it makes no sense. Whatever. Fire. Charizard. Easy. Water. Water's a tough one. I think it's between Blastoise, Lapras, Kabutops. Starmie's cool as well. There are loads of Pokemon like that. That is true. I'm going to pick Lapras. I have a memory with Lapras. I want to talk about that a bit later, but there's something really, really fun with Lapras. Grass. I'm not going to lie. The grass types are kind of lame in this generation. I think I will pick Venusaur. Electric. Zapdos. Ice. I've already picked Lapras. Actually, what I'm going to do... I'm going to do Kabutops here, and then I'm going to do Ice. Fighting. I actually think I might prefer Machoke to Machamp. So it might be between them. It might be Primeape, actually. I'm going to pick Primeape. Poison. There is a lot of poison types. See, I think my favourite poison type is actually one of these, but they're ghost type, so I'm going to go with Nidoking. And we can go to Ghost, and yeah. Ground. I think it's Sandslash. Actually, no, Nidoqueen. Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Flying. I am actually a Dragonite enjoyer. I know that not everyone likes Dragonite, but I'm actually a fan of Dragonite. Obviously, I'm planned to pick Dragonite on Dragon type, but I'm going to go for Aerodactyl. Actually, Gyarados. Psychic. Mewtwo. Easy. Bug. Scyther. Rock. Kabutops. I know there's all like the Lord Helix stuff, but Kabutops is actually just my favourite. That one is Gengar. That one's Dragonite. Dark doesn't exist, so I guess we'll pick the skeleton of an Aerodactyl. Steel. Magneton, I guess. Fairy. I think it's Clefairy. I don't really like any of these, but Clefairy's probably my favourite. Now we move to starters. My favourite starter is Charizard. I know, like, it's the basic answer, but Charizard's so awesome. I don't care. Gimmick form. The reason I wanted to wait until later to talk about this is because my favourite Giga form is Gigantamax Lapras. So the story about Gigantamax Lapras is I used it on a competitive team, and I actually competed with that team. That's the only competition for VGC I've ever done, and it was only a small one. There was like 6 of us, and I used Gigantamax Lapras as the central part of my team, and I actually ended up winning, mostly because this thing carried me. And a specific moment I remember is someone was really terrified of my Gigantamax Lapras. They targeted it because they wanted to kill it, and I had Kyogre on the other side, and I Dynamaxed the Kyogre, and used that to sweep their entire team. It was the funniest thing, and it ended up winning me the game, or winning me the set, and ultimately winning me the entire tournament. So that was just goated. Also, this music, I love it. Eterna Forest. Legendary Mewtwo. I've always liked Mewtwo. I like Mewtwo a lot. Favourite? Mewtwo. Mewtwo is absolutely my favourite Gen 1 Pokemon. I've always been a bit down on Gen 1, but there's actually some really cool Pokemon here. Like, some of them, not really a massive fan of. Like, there isn't too much for ground, although Nidoking's obviously in poison already, and I really like Nidoking. Fighting is whatever, electric is whatever, but it's not bad. Now we move into Gen 2. I think my favourite is Noctowl, because I think there's flying types that I would pick over Noctowl over there, so yeah. Fire, Typhlosion. I actually kind of like Typhlosion and Quilava equally. So I might do like Quilava in my favourite starter or something, just to have them both there. Water, I think I'm going to pick Suicune. Just double check. Yeah, Suicune's my favourite. Grass. These grass types are beyond lame. All of these suck. So I guess Celebi's my favourite. Actually, Celebi doesn't suck, so yeah. Electric's kind of lame as well. It does have Pichu. Pichu's awesome. It does have Raikou. Raikou's pretty cool. I'm going to pick Pichu. Hop off Chikorita. Chikorita's okay. If Chikorita evolved into something better, then maybe I would put it up there. I'm going to put Sneasel on ice. Heracross on fighting for sure. For poison, Crobat. For ground, I like Donphan. I like Steelix. I'm going to pick Donphan. Flying. I want to do Skarmory, but yeah, I'm going to pick Skarmory on Steel. And then for Bug, I'm going to do Sizzle. And then for Flying, I'm going to do... It might be Lugia, honestly. I actually used to be one of those, like, contrarians where I was like, nah, Ho-Oh's better. I'm a bit more mixed now. I think the main reason I like Lugia more is because Lugia actually does more stuff. Like, Lugia has a movie and he's really cool in that movie. So I am going to pick Lugia. Psychic. There's a lot of different things here. I'm not really much of an Unknown enjoyer. Unknown's one of those ones where, like, it could have been so sick. Like, if you managed to collect all of them and you got, like, some prize or something, anything. Because there's this whole idea that a bunch of Unknown come together and they literally are able to shape the universe. Like, there's a movie, obviously, that features that. There's a theory that Arceus used Unknown to basically build the universe. Essentially, they're the building blocks of the universe or whatever. But then they just do nothing in game, so what's the point? So I'm picking Espeon. Rock, Tyranitar. Actually, what's in dark? Okay, yeah. Ghost. I guess Mischievous it is then. The only one I can actually pick. Dragon, Kingdra. I actually like Kingdra, so that's cool. Dark, Umbreon is going to be my pick. I actually like both of these, but actually, Houndoom is going to be my pick. Changed my mind. Fairy. I like Azumarill a little bit. Starter. Despite the fact that I picked Suicune for water, I actually think my favourite starter is Feraligatr. But I just like Suicune even more than that. Gimmick form. My favourite gimmick form is Steelix. I like how the crystals grow out of him, and I like all of that stuff. Legend. Lugia. Favourite in total is Scizor. Scizor is really awesome. Skarmory is probably my second favourite. I really like Skarmory, but yeah, Scizor. We gotta pick the Flub. Blaziken. Wow, there's a lot of water types. You could almost say there's too much water, but I would never say that. I think this one might be Kyogre. I actually like Kyogre quite a lot. Grass. Grovyle. I actually, again, I like these two equally. The main reason Grovyle is my favourite is because he's the GOAT in Mystery Dungeon. So I gotta pick my GOAT. I guess main electric, I don't really... There's not very many electric types, I don't really care about those. This one... Regice. Fighting, Breloom. Breloom's the GOAT. Poison, Seviper. Yeah, a lot of these I don't really have much to say about. I think it's Claydol. Flying, Rayquaza. Psychic. Oh, there's a lot of psychic types. I think my favourite psychic type is Shadow Lugia. It's quite funny. I think it might be Deoxys actually. I am a bit of a Deoxys enjoyer, but I also like Metagross. I think I'm going to pick Metagross. Definitely like Armaldo the most. Aggron. I think it's Dusclops. Pick Flygon. Absol. What I might do actually is go Deoxys here and then Metagross here. Perfect. Fairy. Gardevoir. Starter. Grovyle. Gimmick form. I actually not a massive fan of a lot of these megas. I like Mega Absol. I like the primal forms. That one. Legend. Rayquaza. My favourite Gen 3 Pokemon. I've never been the biggest Gen 3 fan. I think it's between Rayquaza and Grovyle, so I will pick Rayquaza. Okay, moving into Gen 4. Porygon Z. There are no fire types! Oh my god, there's so few fire types. Like, the only fire type that you actually get that's available in the main story is the starters. Because that you can't get until, like, later, and you can't get it at all in Diamond and Pearl. You can't get that at all in Diamond and Pearl, and I'm pretty sure it's not a fire type in Diamond and Pearl. And that is a legendary that you get at the end of the game. So it's quite funny. Water. Weasel. I like Weasel. I've always preferred Weasel over Floatzel. This is going to Torterra. Electric. Magnezone. Magnezone is one of those ones that, like, playing this in competitive has elevated it so much for me. Because it has Magnet Pull, which lets you trap other steel types in. And you can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. Weavile is my favourite ice type. Lucario is my favourite fighting type. Drapion is my favourite poison type. Gliscor. I might end up switching some of these around because there's a lot of cross types, but I'll put these in for now. Psychic. Gallade. Yeah, I'm going to pick Yanmega for Bug. Gliscor for that. And then in ground I can put Garchomp, and then I'll double check the dragon type. Brock is honestly kind of lame. I think I'm gonna go for Rhyperior. Ghost. I think it's Frostlass. It's either Frostlass or Giratina or Dusknoir. I'm gonna pick Dusknoir. It's another Mystery Dungeon one. Oh, it's got Primal Dialga here as well. So I already picked Garchomp for Dragon. Are there any other particular things I want there? Not really. I think Dialga's always been my favourite, and I'm going to pick Primal Dialga to be quirky. For Dark, I've already picked Weavile, so I'll pick Darkrai. For Steel, I have already done Lucario. Let me see what else is available for fighting. Yeah, I will pick... I might pick a different electric type. I can do Luxray here. And then for steel I can do Magnezone. Fairy, Togekiss. Favourite starter is Torterra. Favourite gimmick form is Mega Lucario. Favourite legendary is Darkrai. And my favourite is, of course, Lucario. There's a lot of normal types, including giant legs. There we go. Giant legs are my favourite. No, I'll pick an actual Pokemon. For fire, yeah, it's got all the Pokestar Studios ones. It's quite weird. I'm picking Darmanitan. Actually, no, I'm picking Volcarona. For water, Keldeo. For grass, Ferrothorn or Virizion. I think it's Ferrothorn. Electric, Galvantula. Galvantula and Joltik are both there for me. Qrem. This is another one that competitive has made me like a lot more. For fighting, yeah, I'm thinking I might do Conkeldurr or I might do Virizion. Conkeldurr. Poison, Scolipede. Ground, Flying, Sigilyph. Psychic, Reuniclus. Actually, yeah, Reuniclus. Bug, Genesect. Rock, Archeops. Actually, Gigalith. Gigalith, I like the shiny a lot as well. The shiny looks sick. Ghost, Cofagrigus. This is another one. I like Cofagrigus and I like Yamask. Dragon, Haxorus. Dark, Zoroark. I love Zoroark a lot. Steel. I already picked Ferrothorn. I've already picked Genesect. I might go back to Bug and just double check. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Bishop. Whimsicott, kind of by default. Honestly, not really a fan of Gen 5 starters. I don't really like any of them. But Duot is my favourite. Gimmick form. Giant legs. I'll take. Well, yeah, maybe you like some of them, but I'm not a fan. Yeah, giant legs is my favourite gimmick form. Favourite legend? It's actually kind of sad that these two aren't on here anywhere, because I do like them, the legendaries, but Genesect is my favourite. My favourite of all of these, there's loads of awesome ones, and so I'm going to pick Sigilyph. I don't know what my obsession with Sigilyph is, but I just like it a lot. Don't really know why, just do. It just looks cool. Moving into Gen 6, there are very few Pokemon here. I'm going to try and avoid Megas as well. But if there's one where I think the Mega really elevates the design, unknown but awesome. It literally is. Sigilyph is unknown but awesome. I think I'm going to pick Heliolisk. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to mostly avoid Megas, although in the case of Fire, I'm going to pick Mega Charizard. I'm actually a bit more of a fan of Mega Charizard Y than most people are probably. But I'm still picking X. It could be either or. Water, Greninja. Grass. I think it's Phantump. I like Phantump a lot. Yeah, Phantump. I like Phantump and Trevenant quite a bit. Electric. I mean, let me just check Fairy. Okay, there's quite a few Fairy types. I'm going to pick Dedenne then. Ice. Wow. Aurorus, I guess. Fighting. Hawlucha. I like Hawlucha. Poison, Dragalge. There is one ground type that's not a legendary or an alternate form. I'm picking Zygarde. Flying. There's a lot of Vivian forms in flying. I'm picking Noivern. Gallade. Oh boy, what's my favourite Vivian form? Which Vivian form do I like the most? I kind of like that Vivian form. That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. That one's pretty cool. That's my favourite Vivian form. There we go. Rock, Tyrantrum, Ghost has Aegislash. Aegislash is my goat. Dragon. I'm going to pick Mega Salamence. Dark, Yveltal. I think I will pick. For Steel, I'm going to change that to that. And then pick that there. I'm going to pick Xerneas. Favourite starter, Greninja. Favourite gimmick form. I'm going to do... There's a lot of forms here. I need to make sure I look at them all. I'm going to go with Gallade. Favourite legend. Zygarde Complete. Even though Zygarde Complete's more Gen 7 because it doesn't actually appear in Gen 6. Favourite in total. Greninja. Moving on to Gen 7. I actually like the Gen 7 decks quite a lot. I'm going to start with Silvally. Incineroar. Big Incineroar fan. Golisopod or Araquanid. I guess we could do Araquanid and then Golisopod on the other one. Grass. I'm actually a big fan of Dhelmise. I know most people probably aren't because it's just like an anchor. I think it's cool because it's like ghostly grass that's taken over the anchor. I think it's pretty cool. Zeraora. I think people are quite mixed on Zeraora, but I like it a lot. Alolan Ninetales, of course. I'm going to pick you. I actually like Alolan Muck quite a lot, but I might pick Naganadel. Ground. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the legend here, because I was thinking that would appear in Gen 7. I'm going to pick you. Flying. Celesteela. Psychic. I actually like Necrozma Ultra quite a lot. I think it looks pretty cool. I also like this Solgaleo form. I think the Solgaleo form with Necrozma looks really sick. The Dusk Mane. So I'm going to pick that. Yeah, we have Araquanid here and then Golisopod here. I'm going to pick Golisopod here. For Rock, Lycanroc. For Ghost. Oh, this sounds so good. This is like one of the most nostalgic songs for me, and it's only been out for like, the game's only been out for like a year or two. Mimikyu. Pick Naganadel there, didn't I? So I might do you here, and then Naganadel here. For Dark... Actually, maybe I'll do you here. Let's get Salazzle in there as well. For Steel... Stakataka. I like Stakataka. Fairy, Tapu Koko. Starter, Incineroar. Big Incineroar fan. Gimmick form. I haven't actually picked it on like Ghost, but it's Alolan Marowak. I might actually pick Alolan Marowak here. There we go. My favourite legendary is Tapu Koko, and my favourite in total between Incineroar, Zeraora, Lycanroc, and Tapu Koko. I'm going to go for Incineroar. Gen 8. I'm a bit mixed on Gen 8. I like you. Cinderace is cool. Because for Ghost, I'm going to pick Hisui and Typhlosion. And for Ground, I'm going to pick you. I just wanted to sort those ones out because they're my favourites. Or some of my favourites. Water! It's got to be Mr. Fish, right? Absolutely, Mr. Fish. Grass. I'm going to pick Rillaboom. Not a massive Rillaboom fan, but it's cool. Electric is Toxtricity. I'm going to pick Frostmoth. Fighting. I never actually played the Sword and Shield DLC, but I think the Zapdos form is really cool. Poison. I might change my electric choice, because then I can put Toxtricity on here. I'm going to pick Eternatus. Flying, Corviknight. Psychic, Orbeetle. Bug. Kleavor. Rock. Might be Arcanine. I actually like Colossal quite a bit, so I'm going to pick Colossal. That's got to be Dragapult, absolutely. Dark, Obstagoon, Steel, Duraludon. I actually like Zacian a lot as well, but Duraludon's my absolute goat. Oh, I can pick Zacian here, there we go, Fairy. Favourite starter, Cinderace. Right, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of gimmick forms. So I'm going to point out some of the gimmick forms I'm a big fan of. I like Corviknight, I like the little bird things it has. Orbeetle is probably my favourite Gigantamax form, alongside Duraludon. These ones are funny because it's big skyscraper, big UFO. I think it's awesome. Then we have Galarian forms. I like Galarian Moltres. It's kind of a shame that it didn't make it onto my list, because it definitely could have. Not really a fan of this form of Darmanitan, but I do like the Zen form. Yamask is cool, but I do have Runerigus there. The Hisuian forms are pretty damn cool. Obviously, shout outs to Hisuian Zoroark, but my favourite is Hisuian Typhlosion. My favourite legendary, Zacian. And my favourite of all time is Hisuian Typhlosion. Moving into Gen 9. I like Gen 9 quite a lot. Wasn't a massive fan at first, actually, but it's grown on me a lot. Cyclizar, Chi-Yu. It's between Chi-Yu and Ceruledge. I'm going to pick Chi-Yu. Walking Wake. I do like these starters. I actually prefer Florigato to Meowscarada. I don't know if that's a hot take. I like Hydrapple. I like Scovillain. I'm going to pick Florigato. For Electric, it's between Iron Hands and Miraidon. I'm going to pick Miraidon. Chien-Pao. Who's on Dragon? Okay, I'm going to pick Koraidon for Dragon. And for fighting, I also want to check Bug, because, yeah, okay. So for fighting, I'm going to pick you. I like Glimmora. I like Clodsire. Pecharunt's pretty decent. I'm going to go with Glimmora. Great Tusk is I've already picked for fighting. I might pick Tinglu. Yeah, I'll pick Tinglu. I would pick this one, but I don't actually like this that much as a Paradox form. I just like Hydreigon, and obviously Hydreigon didn't quite fit over there, so I'm going to pick Hydreigon for here, basically. Farigiraf is pretty cool. Rabska's pretty cool. This one, I actually kind of like the two Paradox forms for here. This one's okay as well. But I might pick you. Yeah, Slitherwing's going here. Slitherwing is my favourite Paradox form if you don't include the legendaries. I'll pick Garganacl. Ghost, I get to pick Ceruledge here. That's cool. I think it is you. Steel is between... I think it might be Arcanodon. I'd actually like Arcanodon quite a lot. Duraludon and Arcanodon both on here. Yeah, definitely you. I do like that one as well. Favourite starter? I think it's Quaquaval. Gimmick form. There's actually not many gimmick forms in Gen 9. Might be the Terapagos final form. Legend, Koraidon. That one, Koraidon. There we go. Koraidon's my favourite Gen 9 Pokemon. It's also my second favourite Pokemon of all time. Normal. My favourite normal type, it's between you and you. I think I'm going to pick you. Favourite fire type. There's a lot of starters on this one. Guess that's not too surprising. It's Incineroar. Favourite water type. Greninja. Favourite grass type. Torterra. Favourite electric type. Galvantula. Favourite ice type. Weavile. Fighting, Lucario. Poison, I think it's Salazzle. Ground, Garchomp. Flying, Gliscor. Psychic, Mewtwo. Bug, Sizzle. Rock, Lycanroc. Ghost, Hisuian Typhlosion, Dragon Koraidon, Dark, between Darkrai and Zoroark. Yeah, because I have Weavile there already. And obviously, yeah. Steel, I've got to give it up to Skarmory. Fairy, Tapu Koko. Favourite starter of all time is Incineroar. Favourite gimmick form, giant legs. It's Lucario, but the giant legs is a close second. Favourite legend, Koraidon. You got 3 Koraidons here, and my favourite Pokemon of all time, of course, it's Lucario. This is quite funny. You got my favourite Pokemon flanked by 3 of my second favourite Pokemon. I'm going to scroll down for team. We're going to do all this as well. Favourite regional bird? Starly. Favourite regional mammal? Galarian Zigzagoon. Favourite bug? I think it's Venipede for me. I think Venipede is the only evolution of a regional bug that made it here. There, yeah. Favourite pseudo-legend is Garchomp. Easy. Favourite Pikachu clone? I don't know why Pikachu is included on the Pikachu clone thing, but I guess it's Alolan Raichu. I don't really know if that's considered a Pikachu clone, but yeah. Favourite evolution? Umbreon. Favourite fossil? My favourite fossil is either Archeops or Kabutops. I'm going to go for Archeops. Favourite regional form? There is a lot of regional forms. I think it's Hisuian Typhlosion. Favourite Gigantamax? My favourite Gigantamax is between 3. You've got Gigantamax Lapras, Gigantamax Orbeetle, and Gigantamax Duraludon. I think I'm going to go with Lapras, because I have history. Favourite baby, Riolu. Favourite box legendary, Koraidon. Favourite mythical, Darkrai. Favourite Ultra Beast, Meganadel. Favourite Paradox, I guess it's Koraidon again, but I'm going to include Slitherwing as well. Favourite type, this is an interesting one. I'm going to go with fighting. Big Punch. Favourite Pokeball is probably, it's between the Beast Ball and the Cherish Ball. I really like the Cherish Ball. Favourite Spinder, that's quite funny. Yeah, that's my favourite Spinder. There you go. Favourite Vivian, I already picked a favourite Vivian, didn't I? Favourite Alcremie is Mega Alcremie. Favourite new Evo, this one is Weavile. That's it. There we go. Koraidon, Hisuian Typhlosion. Who's number 4? Weavile. These 4, like Lucario is far and away my favourite. These 3 are kind of tied for second favourite. Mewtwo. Gliscor's my homie. Actually, I'm changing Gliscor for Garchomp. So yeah, my team shares 2 with Cynthia. I guess that's why I like Cynthia so much. This is it though. There's a lot of, I feel like a lot of this is interchangeable, especially when it comes to my 6 favourites. It's a lot of full evolved, but that's because I like the cool ones. I feel like fully evolved in general has a more complete design, and like I know some people are like more fan of the cute Pokemon, but I prefer the cool ones because I'm edgy and cool and all of that.